kommt Céline Dion?
Das ist eine gute Frage, die mir...
Ganz Österreich will es wissen.
Auch die Schweiz will es wissen. Ich glaube, es gibt einen Plan A und einen Plan B. Sie findet statt, auf jeden Fall. Ich glaube, Céline würde auch gerne kommen, was man so hört. Die Frage ist, wie fit ist sie? Wie gut kann sie reisen? Geht es ihr soweit gut? Ich hoffe, man kann das alles mit Ja beantworten und sie wird im Stadion sein. Aber wir werden es erst am Samstag sehen.
Merci, Chérie, der Eurovision Song Contest Podcast aus Wien und Basel.
Mir gegenüber in Wien sitzt Alkis Vlassakakis.
Mein Vis-à-vis vor Ort in Basel ist Marco Schreuder.
Und das Thema heute, Ixi-Kaxi Kolme Semi 1.
Ja, also 1, 2, 3 auf gut Deutsch. Marco, wir halten es kurz, denn wir sind voller Interviews, eines spannender wie das andere. Es wird um Céline Dion gehen, um polnische Drachen. Warum ein Mitglied von KAJ mit JJ in der Oper den Bühnentod sterben würde, warum Claude überall Claude heißt, nur in den Niederlanden nicht, denn dort sagt man Claude. Und du hast nicht nur Clement interviewt, sondern auch seine Frau, um die es eigentlich in dem Song geht.
Ja, und ich schlage vor, wir beginnen mit dem Interview, aus dem wir ganz zu Beginn bereits einen kleinen Ausschnitt gehört haben. Sven Epinay, er ist Kommentator für das schweizerische Fernsehen seit vielen, vielen Jahren. Also der Andi Knoll bzw. der Peter Urban und jetzt fällt mir der deutsche Kommentator gerade namentlich nicht ein, der aktuelle, wie heißt er?
Thomas heißt er und?
Fröhlich?
Nein. Oh. Wir kriegen gleich böse Anrufe.
Ja, aber wir schauen ja, wir zwei, die Sonja fehlt. Ja.
Die Sonja fehlt.
Genau. Dieses Jahr freilich ist er noch tiefer in den Vorbereitungen zum ESC drinnen. Und die wichtigste Frage war ja natürlich die nach dem Auftritt von Céline Dion.
Sven Epinay, der langjährige Kommentator des Schweizer Fernsehens vom Eurovision Song Contest. Wie viele Jahre machst du das jetzt schon?
Seit 2008 bin ich darf ich im Land mit dabei sein und für die Schweiz kommentieren.
Du hast es ja schon oft erlebt, dass du ein bisschen erklären musstest, warum die Schweiz vielleicht nicht so gut abgeschnitten hat und plötzlich in einer völlig anderen Rolle. Wie fühlt sich das an, jetzt plötzlich Gastgeber zu sein nach einem Sieg?
Es fühlt sich ganz, ganz toll an. Natürlich, weil die Durststrecke für die Schweiz war schon lang. Céline Dion 1988, man rechne, das waren weit über 30 Jahre. Und es gab wirklich die Zeit, wo ich mich immer ein bisschen erklären musste, weil die Schweizer Medien gesagt haben, als wir uns 3-4 Mal in Serie nicht mal fürs Finale qualifiziert haben, wieso machen wir da mit? Die Schweiz ist nicht beliebt und wir schaffen das nicht, wir können das nicht. Und ich habe mir immer gesagt, irgendwann schlägt mal wieder die Stunde für die Schweiz und jetzt war es letztes Jahr soweit und die Freude war natürlich groß und wir sind super happy, dass wir Gastgeber sein dürfen und wir versuchen das so gut zu machen wie möglich und sagen allen Welcome to Basel. Schön, dass ihr in die Schweiz kommt.
Wie sehr warst du in den Vorbereitungen beteiligt?
Sehr. Ich habe da so ein bisschen eine Doppel-Dreifach-Funktion, weil ich werde für die Deutschschweiz kommentieren. Ich mache aber auch Live-Einschaltungen ins Finale, weil wir machen ja das größte Public Viewing der Schweiz im Fußballstadion mit 36.000 Menschen. Die Tickets waren innerhalb Stunden ausverkauft und ich bin überzeugt, das wird eine Wahnsinnsatmosphäre sein. Ist gleich 100 Meter neben der Halle, wo auch 7.000, 8.000 Menschen mitfiebern werden. Und wir werden uns dann im Finale einschalten. Mit Bild und Ton heißt für mich ein bisschen sputen, weil ich lege dann kurz die Kopfhörer ab vom Kommentieren und sprinte dann zu den Fans und dann machen wir die Einschaltung und dann geht es wieder zurück. Also so gesehen eine spannende Sache.
Der Eurovision Song Contest in Malmö voriges Jahr hatte ja durchaus ein paar Turbulenzen und war nicht unbedingt im besten Licht. Manche sprachen auch von einer Krise des ESCs. War das dann auch ein Thema für die Vorbereitungen in Basel?
Natürlich, ich meine, die Welt dreht sich und ist oft leider ein bisschen in Schieflage. Also wenn man die Situation in Europa anschaut, auch weltweit, was diskutiert wird und in den Nachrichten abgebildet, das ist nicht immer schön natürlich anzusehen. Es wäre schöner, wenn man zusammen in Frieden das erleben könnte. Ich hoffe einfach, weil doch der ESC genau aus diesem Grund eigentlich ins Leben gerufen wurde in den 50er Jahren, nämlich es waren 7 Länder, die Schweiz hat das ja eigentlich gegründet, deshalb heißt es ja auch Welcome Back und die Idee war ja nach dem Zweiten Weltkrieg, die Länder zu verbinden, wieder zusammenzubringen, eine Idee, die leider, muss man sagen, aktueller ist denn je und ich hoffe, dass man da ein bisschen was dazu beitragen kann. Also ich hoffe wirklich, dass, weil die Gemütslage ist sehr unterschiedlich, man kann die Welt so anschauen oder so, das ist nicht der Moment zum hier die Lösung finden und deshalb hoffe ich, dass das alles friedlich abläuft, aber natürlich ist man sich bewusst, wo ein Großanlass ist auch natürlich die Möglichkeit, irgendwie Manifestationen zu machen, also das muss man natürlich einkalkulieren, aber ich hoffe, dass das alles wirklich gut abläuft.
Helfen dann eigentlich so kritische Äußerungen wie von Nemo, wo eigentlich Unpolitisches gebeten wird, aber man eigentlich politisch eigentlich das mehr entfacht?
Das hilft natürlich nicht wirklich weiter, aber am Ende eben, also jetzt muss ich Platz machen, weil jetzt kommen die Acts. Nein, deshalb sage ich hoffe wirklich, dass das alles friedlich abläuft und wir drücken die Daumen, dass das ein ganz toller ESC in Basel wird.
Letzte Frage, kommt Céline Dion?
Das ist eine gute Frage, die mehr...
Ganz Österreich will es wissen.
Auch die Schweiz will es wissen. Ich glaube, es gibt einen Plan A und einen Plan B. Sie findet statt, auf jeden Fall. Ich glaube, Céline würde auch gerne kommen, was man so hört. Die Frage ist, wie fit ist sie? Wie gut kann sie reisen? Geht es ihr soweit gut? Ich hoffe, man kann das alles mit Ja beantworten und sie wird im Stadion sein. Aber wir werden es erst am Samstag sehen.
Vielen Dank, Sven Epinay. Ich wünsche dir einen schönen Eurovision. Das ist doch das Schönste, ja? Absolut. Hier zu Hause bei dir. Und nächstes Jahr vielleicht in Österreich.
Absolut. Ich drücke die Daumen. Ihr habt so einen tollen Song und einen coolen Act. Und wir wissen ja, wie es sich anfühlt. Ihr ja auch. Mit Conchita ist ja noch nicht so lange her. Aber viel Glück und viel Spaß vor allem. Und wer weiß, ob wir nächstes Jahr zu euch reisen dürfen. Alles Gute.
Ja, er sagt Stadion. Ist euch das aufgefallen? Er sagt Stadion. Er sagt nicht Halle. Ob das schon ein Hinweis ist? Ich behaupte mal ja. St. Jakobspark-Stadion, Stadion von FC Basel, hat ja nebenan so 38.000 Fassungsvermögen. Und dort werden ja viel mehr schauen als in der Halle, wo unter 10.000 sein werden. Also, und ich konnte es halt auch nicht, nicht nach Nemos Aussagen fragen. Also Hintergrund war, Nemo hat gefordert, wieder mal einen unpolitischen Song Contest, um selbst politisch zu schüren. Ich verstehe es einfach nicht. Und Ausschluss Israels zu fordern. Und die Fahnenpolitik kann man kritisieren, verstehe ich auch zu einem gewissen Grad. Aber ob das hilfreich war?
Ja, es bleibt spannend, Marco. Du hast ja manche Acts etwas länger interviewen können. Die Acts, die du am Turquoise Carpet getroffen hast, die sind nur kurz. Daher fangen wir vielleicht mal mit den spannenderen, längeren Interviews an. Zum Beispiel mit den 3 Schweden, Finnen, ja, also mit diesen Herren in der Sauna. Also hier ist Kai.
So we have Kevin, Axel and Jacob here, and these names are Kai together from Sweden. Maybe you introduce yourself with your name that the people who are listening can relate the voice to the guy who's talking.
Absolutely. My name is Jakob Norgård, and that's me.
Axel Åhman, that's me. Sounds like this.
And Kevin Holmström sounds like this.
Perfect. Why should Austrians vote for you? Because, you know, we are the favorites to win this year. So for Austrians, there's not really a good reason to vote for you, isn't it?
Oh, you're starting out there with
yes,
that.
Right away.
Right out the bat. That's a good question. Maybe because we need some joy and some lightness. We really like Austria's contestant JJ this year, so that's it's going to be a tough thing this year for us to compete with him. But
why should they vote? I think if they want something upbeat, something steamy, something out of the ordinary. We are a great choice this year.
Yeah, you have to go with your gut and follow your heart in the voting. It's like, I know we're competing, but if you like the steamy vibe we're bringing, then I think you should give us the vote.
And the Austrians need to remember it's quite expensive hosting. So you might want someone else to host.
Yeah, and you can't vote for yourself. So that's it.
And we are in a different semi-final, so it's very easy actually. But there will be a final, and I think we will see each other there. Many people in Europe do not know that there is a Swedish-talking minority in Finland. What can you tell us about this culture? What's happening there?
Yeah, it's 5% of Finland's population have Swedish as their mother tongue, and it's mostly around the west coast and the southern parts of Finland. And Finland has historically been a part of Sweden, and since then Swedish has been a part of Finland and the language, and also it's an official language in Finland. So yeah, we're not that many, but it's really fun for us to get the chance to showcase the minority. Yeah.
I mean, how many are that in Finland who are Swedish-talking people?
I think it's about 290,000 people speaking Swedish, so it's not that many, but everyone is like learning it in school, like to some degree, and as well as we are like who are Swedish-speaking learn Finnish in school, so there's like and cultural impact from Sweden is very, very strong in the Swedish-speaking part of Finland, but yeah, I think it's about 290,000.
So tell me, three things which are typical Swedish and three things who are typical Finnish.
One typical Finnish thing is the silence. As a nation, we're quite introverted, so that's the first thing I come up with.
And thing with Swedes are they have this perception of them that they have to be more extroverted than they actually are. But I think they also like the silence and the calm.
The obvious for us is very Finnish thing is the sauna, and that's why we chose it as a theme in our song.
Do Swedish go to the sauna?
Yes, they do, but not. They need to go more often. So that's why we participated in Melodifestivalen, just to showcase that the Finnish sauna culture, and that we need to bring it even more to Sweden.
I mean, many people think that Bada Bada Bastu and your entry is like this 3 minutes fun moment you created for television. I mean, you did, but a lot of people do not know that you exist already since a very long time. You have 7 albums. You did 2 musical shows, as far as I know. 1 live album. I did my homework, right? Yeah. And how did it come up? So how did this project KAJ started? And if someone never listened to your albums, how would you describe what you're doing?
We're doing comedy music in all kinds of genres, and that means we find something that we think sounds funny, like a line or a saying or something, and we mix it up with some kind of music genre, and just try to make the best of it. Combine the comedy and the music. That's the most important part of our job.
Yes. I mean, we like. Trying always to do different styles also, like when you're thinking live shows, like where we mix kind of a stand-up vibe with the music in between, and the musicals, which are like 2 hours. It's a full story with all the character developments and whatnot. So we always try to find also different formats inside of what is like comedy music and sketches.
I heard you even singing Nessun Dorma. So people who say you cannot sing, they are quite wrong, aren't they?
Well, that's for you to say. But I've sang Nessun Dorma for a few years, and I really enjoy it. It's a great feeling in your body when you get that last note out, and it's we have rewritten the lyrics so they're in our dialect, dialect. But it's still the same song in the same key, so it's really fun to do.
Did you learn that to sing like an opera singer?
I actually just listened to Pavarotti on YouTube, and then I tried to emulate that feeling. Yeah.
So there's no chance that I see you together with JJ one time in a Baroque opera somewhere in Zurich?
I'm just waiting for the invitation, but I need some practice first, I think.
Okay. How did the whole Melodifestivalen project started? So there has to have been a moment where you decided we are going to do this.
At first we got an email with a question: do you want to send in a song to compete? And we were quite shocked and honored, of course, by this request. And we had a meeting with Karin Gunnarsson, who's the head producer of the contest, and. We started writing, and we got connected with some songwriters from Sweden, and it was a bit back and forth. And we discussed it really a lot, actually. Is this a thing we can and should do? Because we had a 15-year-long career of its own going in one direction, of course, much smaller than this. But I remember us talking through many times until we came to when we actually got the question or the possibility that, you are now selected. Then the answer was clear. Of course, we have to do this. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Did you expect this hype that was growing during Melodifestivalen, or did you go there and said we are not going to win anyway? It will be Mons.
That was exactly what we thought. We thought that we were gonna go to Sweden, maybe finish last, but have a great story to tell. But then the song really started to catch on, and people seemed to like it. And then one thing led to another, and suddenly we were at the top of the list, starting out on the bottom of the list in the betting. And then, now we're here in the Eurovision. It's such a crazy story. It's amazing.
Do you think that Southern Europeans or Eastern Europeans understand the culture of sauna?
Yeah.
It's a very Nordic thing you do. And also the whole staging is Nordic.
Yeah, but I think it's like it's in some ways maybe a little exotic, but also it's like saunas have been around. It's like it's called different things, but going into a steamy room and to clean yourself and for the health benefits, I think it's all around Europe and has been around for a long time. It's just different variations, and just the Finnish thing where you make it really hot and really steamy is probably a little bit out of the ordinary. But I think there's a lot of variations, and we've actually heard that also from people. It's like, we have a kind of a sauna also around Europe. So I hope it's a bit of both.
Well, in the gay community, saunas do have a long history across Europe.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
So now the whole Eurovision experience starts. You are the favorite to win. Does that give you any pressure, or is it just still a fun project for you, whatever comes out?
Well, after the last rehearsal, the rehearsal went great, but after it, I got this feeling that, it's such a long time until Tuesday. And the thing now is to not get in your own head too much, to overthink the performance, just to go out there and remember to have fun, and we know the song and we know the staging, the whole concept. So we should be able to do it in our sleeves, and that's the only thing we can focus on, to try to do it as fun and as good as possible. Yeah.
What's the difference between doing your own music show and this Eurovision show?
this is such a big production, and there's every moving part of it is it's so many people doing even the smallest things to make everything work, and it's a great machine. So when we do our own thing, it's us three and our two technicians, and that's about it. So it's a much smaller production, and it's more free. Of course, we get to do a lot more of our own songs. You get to improvise with the audience and stuff like that. So this is a completely different format. But going out in front of the audience, it's very much the same experience, because when you have an audience, no matter how big or small, you just want to do your best.
You want to add something?
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. No, but it's. I think it's the length of the show is like the most important thing in terms of preparation. You have to be really prepared, because you only have those 3 minutes where it counts, and you can't be sleeping when the song goes off, and that's oftentimes when you build something like with a dramaturgy that is like over 2 hours. It's a completely different strategy. But now we're gonna be on our toes when the song goes off and try to bring the best show.
So imagine you win, and then you still have a show in Swedish language. And Europe is curious about what you're doing. So will you change the show into English? Or will there be, I don't know, like in the opera, with subtitles or something? What are you thinking about?
We're in Finland and Sweden, we're very used to subtitles. So maybe that's the direction to go. I don't know.
We won't translate our old songs. That's not on the table.
Or is that a good idea?
Yes, it's a good idea.
It might be. I never thought about it.
Me neither. I'm slow to catch up on things, so ask me again in 2 weeks. But to write something new in English, that could be a fun challenge, actually, because we've never really done it.
So the one question I have to ask, of course, is yesterday some samples showed up in the internet that you can buy. Which is the accordion you have in the start of your song. What is your reaction to this?
Just that it was quite fun for us to, or I don't know if fun is the right word, but when we listened to the Indian song, it was like, oh yeah, that's really that's the same sample. But yeah, it's the way people write songs nowadays, that you can use the sound library. And we actually also recorded our own accordion in Vasa. Bolund is an accordion player who also played the sample. So it's the same melody, but it's we have also recorded on top of it. So yeah.
So where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, that's a good question. It's so much happening right now, but I think we have had our concept for so long now. We like to do comedy. We like to also challenge ourselves in new formats, and we're doing new things. So I think we're going to just keep on developing this, holding the comedy part of it close to heart, and keep on meeting new audiences and doing our thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Just at this point, it's hard to look past the next week. So 5 years is a long time, but I think we're still touring in some extent and doing some new music. Maybe another musical or another show, like a bigger format would be really fun.
Yeah, I'm seeing myself in the opera with JJ. That's it. Us two doing Turandot. That's it.
JJ and me, we are going to Turandot tonight.
No, really?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it's here in the theater.
Okay, then you can say what part I should be doing then.
I think you should be Liu. Okay. You die on the end.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect for me. Yeah.
So, and JJ is the winner. What is your all-time favorite Finnish entry?
Oh, I think it's hard to beat Hard Rock Hallelujah with Lordi. That was such a big thing when they won. Remember sitting at home in the couch, and I was so happy that Finland won that I jumped straight into the staircase, and I actually got a scar in my head And I remember the blood running down my face when Lordi won. And I was, yeah, this is rock and roll.
Yeah, you can deny Lordi, but also KAJ, Cha Cha Cha, what a great year, what a great song, what a great guy. The performance, it changed a lot. Once again, Lordi changed a lot for Finland in Eurovision, but I think KAJ has done even more in some ways to like elevate Finland in the modern Eurovision.
Now I'm not sure, but I think there was a song called Nuku Pommin.
0 points, and it was a fabulous punk song.
Exactly, yes, and I think that one deserves a little love now, like when years have passed, because I think it was quite kind of catchy still. Yeah.
But I think one song that tops every of these artists are Ich komme with Erika Wikman. That's a banger.
Yeah. By the way, did Finland never ask you to go to the pre-selection in the ILA?
Not yet. Maybe next year.
Next year, you're
waiting for the call.
That's a concept.
They call us up and we had this crazy idea, you know.
We said it in every interview. Finland, we're waiting for the call.
Yeah. And what is your favorite Swedish entry?
Oh, I would go with ABBA. Yes, I think they did great, and they changed the game for all music to come. So that's one.
Björn likes you. He did show it on social media.
Exactly, that's a plus.
I'm thinking about going for one of the classics also. When Spirits Are Calling My Name is a really strong one for me personally. But also, what's Charlotte Perrelli, Tusen och en natt?
Yeah.
But what's it called in English?
Take Me to Your Heaven.
Take Me to Your Heaven.
Yeah. I think that's actually one of my favorites as well. Take Me to Your Heaven, or Euphoria with Loreen. That's a great song.
No one said Marion Rung, so I'm very disappointed. Marion Rung.
Marion Rung. Oh my God! Yeah, that's also up there.
It's quite a long time ago. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck. JJ will win. You know that.
Yeah. Okay. If you say so. That's fine with us. Second place is also good.
No, I'm joking. We don't have it in our hands. We can only have fun.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it and do your best. That's it, right?
Absolutely, we will.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Merci, Chérie.
Merci.
Ja, Jakob stirbt den Bühnentod mit JJ in der Turandot. Ich war übrigens dann wirklich an dem Abend mit JJ in der Turandot. Und der Daniel Koch von der OGAE Austria war auch dabei. Und wir bekamen sogar eine Backstage-Führung vom Theater Basel. Das war wirklich sehr nett. Ja. Aber weiter in den Interviews, naturgemäß etwas ernster wird's logischerweise, wenn man mit Ukrainern spricht und in dem Fall mit der ukrainischen Band Ziferblat.
Ja, das kann ich mir vorstellen. Vom Krieg zum Song Contest fahren ist für mich immer noch einfach ein bisschen unvorstellbar. Also ihr hört jetzt im Interview übrigens vor allen Dingen Gitarrist Valentin Leszczynski, der auch am Carpet und auch sonst fast alle englischsprachigen Interviews erledigt hat. Sein Zwillingsbruder und Sänger Daniel saß zwar kurz anfangs dabei, wollte aber seine Stimme schonen und deswegen hat er nicht so viel gesagt.
Er hat gar nichts gesagt. Aber dafür, ganz kurz, hört ihr dann auch noch den Drummer Fedor Chodakov.
We have Ziferblat with us, not the vocalist. He's scared, but maybe introduce yourself to the public.
Yeah, I'm the Valentin, I'm the guitarist of the band, and Fedor.
I'm a Fedor, I'm a drummer.
Yeah, and we're Ziferblat, as you mentioned, without our third member, Daniel. He's a vocalist, and we're representing Ukraine this year at Eurovision Song Contest 2025.
Ziferblat is a German word, and we have it on our watch, which fits to Switzerland quite well. They make very good watches here. So how does it came that you have a German word as a band name?
Because in Ukraine we have the same word, Ziferblat. We don't use alternative words to explain the very front side of the clock. So it's the same word, Ziferblat, and they sound the same. And and it's a lot of Western European country, Eastern European country use this word. So Lithuania it's Ziferblatas, in Ukraine Ziferblat, and in Poland, I think it's Ziferblat as well. So, yep, this is a German word, and it's crazy because you might be the first one who is spelling it correct. I mean, our name from the very first try. Yeah, it's great.
That in English you say Z, and in German you say Z. Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, there's one difference because our name of the band is written like Ziferblat, but just with one F and one T. Because I mean, in German it's like has 2 letters. Yeah.
It's double F,
double F.
and a double T and an N in between. Ziferblat.
Yeah, Ziferblat. Yeah, but we just copied the Ukrainian version, because in Ukrainian we use just like one letter in which place, and we just translated it read it to like Latin option. Yeah.
The band exists since 2015, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So how did the band create, and what kind of music do you make?
I don't know how to describe our kind of type of music, because it's a mix of some prog rock styles and art rock, and of course modern pop music. And because we, at the very beginning, we were like just an English language band. I mean, before Ziferblat, there were another band with my brother. Fedor weren't with us at this time, and
You're twin brothers, right?
Yes, we're twins, so we just like have a 15 minutes difference between us. And we started as an English language band, and then when the revolution in 2014 in Ukraine happened, we decided to move to Ukrainian language most. And that's how Ziferblat was created. And we are mixing Ukrainian traditional music, we're mixing European modern music or something. So it's a mix of different styles, and of course the lyrics are important for us. So as you can see in Bird of Prey, I think Bird of Prey is a great, our song that's representing Ukraine this year. It's a great example of what we are doing in our casual music that we are making every day.
How can you explain that the Ukraine is sending to Eurovision? We know Ukrainian music mostly from Eurovision. Yeah. I know also from outside of Eurovision, but most people know from Eurovision. How are they called with the hats? Dachabracha. I was at the concert with them. Yeah.
Wow, it's a great band. Yeah, I love them. Yeah. And okay, let's go with the question.
But how does it come that the Ukraine always sends different kind of music, always I would say very good quality of music, and that the music scene is so vivid and so full of color in the Ukraine, in a country which is hurt so bad at the moment?
Ukraine is a big country, so it's like before the war, before the full-scale invasion, they were living like 43 or 46 millions of people. It's a big population, so of course we have a lot of musical genres, and you can choose something because there's a lot of bands, a lot of artists. Ukraine, and what is the sad thing that you mentioned, that Ukraine is well known, Ukrainian artists are known only in connection with Eurovision, and that's true because you mentioned Dachabracha, but it's like just an only example, I think, or some 2 or 3 artists we can remember. But because Ukraine has not that strong musical show business. I don't know why. Because of some inner issues in Ukraine, I don't know, and and that's why Ukraine always trying to use this opportunity, participate in Eurovision, to show the strongest artists from every genre. Sometimes it's girl bop, Eurovision fans call it like this, and sometimes it's bands like us or like Goe that were of course alternative bands in Ukraine before they were participating. And Ukraine taking Eurovision is so serious. Why? Now, because it's a big opportunity to rest. For every, I think half of Ukrainian population is watching Eurovision. Grand final, of course. And it's a time when you can just sit down, relax, support your representatives to watch in other countries what they are producing right now, what are their ways in the musical show business right now. So I don't know. I think it's the same for some countries. Ukraine, Sweden, I think Germany, of course. I don't know how it's about Austria, because I don't know is Eurovision that popular in Austria, because I know that it's popular in German, I know that it's popular in Sweden, I know it's popular in Ukraine, and maybe Poland, I don't know. Why? I don't know.
I think this year it's very popular in Austria.
This year, of course, because Gigi is one of the favorites, and and I love the Conchita Wurst song when he won, and Austria is always doing great in Eurovision. One of the strong country vision, but I don't know if they're so popular in Austria because I think in Italy is not that popular. Yes. Yeah, but Sanremo. Yeah. It's a very popular thing, and you become popular even if you don't do great in the Eurovision,
You are now the fourth Ukrainian representative since the big invasion. That's a very good expression because I always thought, how should I name it? Because the war started long before with the Crimea invasion. But the big invasion, the full-scale invasion. You are now the fourth representative of Ukraine. Do you still feel like the former representatives that you're not just representing your country, that you're also representing more than that?
Course, and is this the same for every artist that, as you mentioned, were representing Ukraine from the very beginning of the full-scale invasion? You have two missions, or maybe three missions, I don't know. The first one is not to compete. The first one is to remind Europeans about the situation, to do some fundraising companies, to gather together a lot of people that will support Ukraine, and to use this platform as the voice of freedom or something. I don't know. I don't want to sound it's important thing. It's an important thing right now because, of course, I know that a lot of people tired. It's okay because the war is full-scale invasion is going about 4 years, almost 4 years. But we need to do this, and it's the first goal: to remind every time. The second, of course, as we discussed, Ukraine is taking Eurovision so serious. So we had a streak. I mean, we always qualify into the final, and of course, that's what our people waiting from us to qualify, and then to go maybe to top 5 or something. This is the second goal. We're trying our best to do both of the missions, and we're concentrated on the first mission, of course, and on the second one. I hope we will do what they're waiting for. I mean, what they expected from us.
There are always high expectations with Ukraine, of course. How did the war also affect you on a personal way? Maybe you want to answer as well. I don't know.
Можеш українською сказати, я можу...
скажи, що батько і відчим служать.
Of course. His father and his stepfather, they're both fighting on the war right now. And they're on the very dangerous zone. I mean, they're not sitting in the local place, and giving some realness or something. No, they are fighting on the we call it zero point. I mean, this place where the two armies are fighting each other. And front line, yep. So, of course, it is personal tragedy for him, and for me, a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues are fighting. I mean, musical colleagues, and my girlfriend, she lost her home. I mean, 2 months ago, Russians destroyed her home by the bombs in Konstantinivka, the city on the Donbas region, and just 2 days ago, our back vocalist Christina lost her home in Mirnograd because of the Russian rocket. we are suffering from it every day in some ways because, of course, a lot of my not friends, people that I'm were familiar with, they died, and I don't know. It's hard to speak about it because, of course, it's something personal. Because the first days of the full-scale invasion, we were sitting in Kiev, and they were bombing us, and we moved to the west of the country to send our family members abroad for some time, and then we came back to Kiev, and the first 3 months were terrible. Then it became easier for a moment, but then again, it's like a surfing, it's bad, then it's
roller coaster.
Yeah, roller coaster. Yeah, it's worse, but then it's few little better, and then worse, better, worse, better. Depends on what is going on around the Ukraine. I mean, there's some agreements or something they're trying to make every day. So it's still so bad. Believe me, I want to say that it's getting better, but it's not, because we just we were in pre-parties to Eurovision, and then we came back to Ukraine, and it was terrible, because every night we were striking at Kyiv, I mean the capital, and we were sitting at home, so it was explosion during every night that I was in Kyiv. And then, we moved again in Basel, and we are here right now, so it's terrible. And even 2 days ago, they 800 meters from my home, they strike at the market center. It's very close. I mean, Dreamtown. It's very close to my home. It's the second house from my home. So,
in this house live my student Yaroslav.
In this who struck it, yeah. Yes, a student lived in this house. It was hit.
His mom living in.
It's terrible, And I'm talking only about Kyiv. For in other cities, I mean, Kharkiv, Dnipro, it's way more worse. It's repeating every day with more striking, more destroying something. It's hard.
For me, hard to imagine, because when I was in Kyiv 2017, it was such a vivid and lovely city, and you couldn't imagine that this is happening. Can music and art do something in such difficult times? Is it a good language to deal with issues like this?
I want to say yes, but I don't know. Because, slogans, music, speech, I don't know if it can help. It is the tool that we can use to do something. Because we are not soldier right now. Because who knows? We all in the age that we need to serve for Ukraine army, and if they will invite us, and we will send them. Of course, we will do. And I don't know. I hope that music, lyrics of the song can change something, but I'm not that a dreamer. I don't know, to be honest, because what I think it's the word is very close to the Third World War. It sounds crazy maybe, but the war that is going in Ukraine right now, if Ukraine will lose, it immediately will go further. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Poland, Moldova, they're the first goal after Ukraine. And then you won't stop it if you do. So you need to understand that what is our guys, our girls, boys doing right now on the front line. They're trying to protect themselves, and they're protecting Europe in the same way. I know that it sounds very, very maybe, wow, they saving the whole Europe. What do you say? Why you think so? But it's true, because the next station will be different country from European Union right now, and we want to become a part of the European Union officially. So, I don't know. I hope that lyrics can change something, or even remind about the situation. That will be great. Yeah.
The mosaic stone, so to say. Is Eurovision maybe an idea against this, what is happening on the world? Is Eurovision a spirit which can do something?
I think yes. Because what is the slogan of Eurovision? Now it's a diversity, it's united by music, but it was diversity back then in Kyiv days. And I think united by music is a great slogan, and diversity is great too, because and it's something that united by not only by music, but diversity of people, by different nation, by maybe the same idea how to live. I don't know, and of course. You see, most of the European countries are presented here. They're all in a good relation with each other. There's no hate, between participants, of course. They're not bad jokes or misunderstanding or something. I'm feeling in very big comfort here. So I want Ukraine to be officially a part of this big family, Eurovision, and it's the European Union for me. So, of course, Eurovision is maybe one of the most powerful way to unite people together, to not to like fight or not to argue about something. It's just a musical festival, and I think the place is not that important. I mean, which place you will get. Of course, someone will win, and the losers, as in the song, they will fall. But if you're thinking like second, third, fourth, fifth place, it doesn't matter. It's like you're using it as a platform to just to show your music, or in our case, to show our feelings, our emotions, and that is the most important thing. And that's the great mission that Eurovision provides us with. I mean, Eurovision gives a platform for every artist to be heard. And what like type of the like show or festival can be better than this? It's a great thing, I think. Yeah.
And Ukraine has a huge record score at Eurovision. You already told it. Does it give you any pressure?
Of course. Of course, they're always asking us about this, and I think it's the same about like for every artist that represents Ukraine. And yeah, it's a pressure, but I think that we are like preparing a lot. We're doing like everything to reach the final, and then we will see. Of course, we hope that people will support us, but not only Ukrainians. I think that Europeans, I hope they will like our song, will like our performance, our stage, and then they will support us, and we will continue our streak, of course, because why not? Why not?
Who wants to be first and not qualifier?
You know, when I saw that video on.
You will qualify. You have a big diaspora.
Yes. Thank you so much. I hope, but I hope that we'll do it not just like using our diaspora, but. I saw the video like 1 week ago in TikTok. I think you know that moment when Sweden was had their first non-qualifier. I think Anna Berkendal. Yeah. I love her song. It's one of my favorites from the Eurovision. So I don't know why. And I saw the video because I didn't see this when I was a child. Now we can see a video in the back when they were sitting and they were receiving the last country that is going to the final and their reaction. I mean, Sweden delegation that they are first, and it was like. So sad to watch, like their faces. The head of delegation, he was sitting like this, and of course it's like a very, very like bad moment. And of course I don't want to be in the same situation. So we're doing all that we can do, like to reach the final, of course. And then the main goal, of course, to reach the top 10 or maybe top 5 and to win, of course. But we'll see.
What is your favorite Eurovision song from Ukraine?
Fedya, може ти ж from Ukraine?
For me, it's Jamala always.
Yeah, it's always between Jamal and maybe Goi, because of course Goi was something unique. Even they didn't win, but it doesn't matter. As I mentioned, it doesn't matter for them. It was a big platform to become popular, because in Ukraine they were so alternative before, as we are. Yes. And to make something as Goi did will be a great one. And but of course Jamala, her song, her message, huge victory, absolutely. Her this note and the very end of the song. We're proud of her, and she's one of we mentioned Dacha Bracha. I mean, she's the second to me, in this kind of because I mean she is participating in USA Kennedy Center. I mean, she's not that famous in Europe or USA, but she is like a very respectable woman. So yeah, she's a huge name in Ukraine. So we're very proud of her. And of course, I love Alyosha's. You remember this one? I don't know. In 2010, I think. Yes. She was representing Ukraine. 20, I think 10, because Lena Meyer won this year. It was in Azerbaijan or something. Yeah, in Baku. So yeah, Alyosha's song "Sweet People." Actually, she won like the national selection.
11 was the one with the sands painting.
Yeah, it was Mika Newton. Mika Newton. But Alyosha, she won the national selection with another song. But some guys were like blaming her for for copying and another song from the 90s. So we changed the song immediately, after she won in the national selection with another. And I like her song In the Eurovision, more maybe. So her song "Sweet People," I love this one. It's one of my favorites. It does it didn't get to the top 10, but I love this one.
Where would you like to see you personally and your bands in 5 years?
It's like when someone is like you're going to a job interview, you know.
Dream.
In 5 years. You know, Fedor is 27 right now, and I'm 28, and so in 5 years I will be 33. And of course, this period that I will have in the next 5 years is maybe the most important period of my musical career, I think. So we want to use Eurovision to start and to create the European career. I mean, because we're good in Ukraine. I mean, of course, we can do big concerts or something, but we want to try to go. We want to try to go to Europe, European tour or something. Yeah. So I won't mention like Grammy or something because I don't know. But of course, we want to start to be successful in Europe, start to be recognizable in Europe, and I think if we will gain this result in 5 years, this will be great for us. Yeah.
Thank you, Ziferblat, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
As we say, merci, Chérie.
Merci, Chérie. Merci, Chérie. Yeah, merci, Chérie. Yeah.
Ein bisschen Sorge hört man ja schon durch, dass sie nicht ins Finale kommen könnten. Verständlich. Spannend sind jetzt mal die Acts, die man vorher kaum bei Interviews gehört hat, weil sie nicht bei Pre-Partys dabei waren. Zum Beispiel Theo aus Zypern.
We have Theo here. So, is that your Greek name?
My Greek name is in reverse, Evangelos Theodorou. So we kind of swap Theo, Theodorou, Evangelos.
Ah, that's a very clever strategy, to be honest. Yes. So you came here to Basel to perform, and we saw the first pictures, and the first thing I was thinking about was, oh, that's Leonardo da Vinci.
That's amazing. I mean, that's the whole point. We're kind of reenacting this mystery that it's been around for over 500 years now. From the painting by Leonardo da Vinci of the Vitruvian Man, and that's the biggest inspiration in the whole concept of our act. So that's amazing that you recognized immediately.
Yeah, it's very obvious, I think, but I like art. So, but who had this idea to have this as the concept of the performance? Was it you or was it Sergio?
Sergio, our artistic and creative director, is the one who came up with the specific concept. He's such a brilliant mind. He's so creative, and I'm so happy to be working with someone like Sergio. It's honestly, I feel so grateful.
So tell me about the early career of Theo. How did he came into this world of music and pop?
From a very young age, since I can remember, actually, I've been so passionate with music. There was always music in my parents' house, and I was exposed to different kinds of music, from traditional Greek songs to Michael Jackson's Wind of Change. Scorpio's Wind of Change. So I've had kind of a multi-cultural kind of background in hearings of different kinds of music, and I remember going to the choir, singing solos, and at the same time I attended a dance school, which was where I was exposed to dancing hip hop, and I was exposed to R&B music, And at the same time, it was a different. I experienced music from a different perspective, and that's kind of how my foundation was built as an artist. I always wanted to dance, I always wanted to sing, and I loved Michael Jackson, and I loved Beyonce, and I loved pop music and Justin Timberlake, and artists that kind of combined the two, or artists that had that I mean, I loved Britney Spears. I loved artists who contributed so much to the pop culture of the music industry in the 2000s, especially.
Is that your favorite time of the pop world?
I think so, but I mean, I also loved 2010s, and I love how music is growing, because we have so many different hearings, you know, and I feel like we live in such a special area in the industry right now.
Okay. When you did the rehearsals with Sergio Jaén, I mean, he has to know your abilities, right? I mean, I cannot imagine how difficult it must be to be able to sing, to dance, but what you are doing is really athletics at stage, right? Did he ask you, are you able? So how did you find out that it works together?
As I mentioned, I have a dance background. I think that helped a lot. I can't say that I have a background in doing acrobatics, and I'm not like...
Now you can, since Eurovision.
Exactly, now I can. And I mean, he had this idea, and I loved it, so I had to try it and do my best. At first, it was very terrifying. My dance background definitely helped. I don't think I would be able to do it if I didn't have that background. And it's, as you mentioned, it's not just singing while doing the act. The song is very demanding. Even if I had to sit still and sing the song, it would still be very difficult. So the combination of it, at first, it seemed very terrifying and a bit unrealistic. But when you're working with a team like Sergio and Dimitris Kondopoulos and my vocal coach Victoria Halkidis, you have this security, and you're given the space and time to work. And we've trained a lot, and we've proven that it's possible, and that anything is possible. And my goal was to give a show that seems effortless and it seems easy to do. So
it's the most difficult thing, right? To make something complicated looks easy.
Yes. And we have, the prop is more than 3 meters long in terms of height. I think
so. It's high. The height is 3 meters.
Yeah, above, more than 3 meters. So I remember Sergio, even before he told me the concept, he asked me if I have a height phobia.
Oh, really? You have?
I kind of do, but I didn't want to limit him. So I said, no, do whatever you want. Let's be limitless. And at the same time, I remember that day I was listening to Defying Gravity from the musical Wicked. And I said to myself, let's have that Defying Gravity moment.
It's not only about your performance, your song has also a deeper meaning about human behavior. What is actually the song about?
So, the Vitruvian Man, art is art, and it can be interpreted as anyone sees it. At the same time, the Vitruvian Man represents the perfect man that hides behind the mask of perfection, but at the same time he's imperfect because he hides behind his secrets. And for me, I had to embody that concept of that man who speaks through me and saying, "Who am I?" But how I put it out in the world is also more from a perspective of who am I as this world keeps changing. And even though the painting represents perfect geometry, at the same time, this world keeps changing. That's how I feel when I'm singing through those lyrics.
What does Eurovision mean for you?
Eurovision for me is such an amazing experience, being here with the people that I'm here. I love being on stage. It's such a powerful time in my life. It's very intense. It's something that I've dreamed of since I was a kid, and it means everything. But the most important thing is the connections that you make with the people you surround yourself with the team, and I'll always cherish these moments.
And what is your favorite Eurovision Cypriotic country?
It has to be, I know it's cliche, but it has to be Fuego. Yes, it was such an impactful moment in the pop culture of Eurovision, and I feel like Eleni Ferreira gave huge inspiration to young artists to work hard and have also their impact through their art.
But she didn't win, right? And Cyprus never won. So is that a goal you have? I want to win the whole thing here. You're also the first artist, I think, born in Cyprus for many years.
To be honest with you, it feels like she won.
It does.
I'm being fully transparent.
You don't have to win, right?
Yeah, you don't have to win. And I think it's more about the impact and the feeling you create. Because in the end, she even up to this day, she has created such powerful feelings. The whole act, when you see it gives you goosebumps, It's such a powerful moment to watch. And I feel like it's not always about winning. It's more about what you leave behind.
Where would Theo even like to see himself in 5 years?
Good question. Wherever I might be, I just wish that I'm happy and that I'm making music and that my music has an impact and helps people, makes them happy. Yeah, I think that's my wish for. That's where I hope to be.
Very clever answer. Thank you, Theo, even, and good luck for you and Cyprus for this year's Eurovision Song Contest.
Thank you so much.
Merci, Chérie.
Und dieses Interview war sehr nett, auch wenn er ein bisschen langsam spricht, muss man sagen. Es schleppt ein bisschen. Aber ein Interview war besonders nett. Wir saßen draußen im Garten. Das Medienzentrum, ihr wisst, es ist die erste Woche seit Liverpool nicht mehr geöffnet. Es ist eine Katastrophe. Du dringst in die Privatsphäre von den Künstlern ein, indem du plötzlich in einem Hotelzimmer sitzt und solche Sachen. Es ist wirklich, eigentlich ist es für die Delegationen erniedrigend zu arbeiten zu müssen, für uns Journalistinnen und Journalisten auch. Dann hat der EBU auch noch gesagt, ja, macht bitte keine Interviews in Hotels mehr. Ja, wo sollen wir denn hin? Ja, also es ist wirklich, auf jeden Fall mit diesem Act saß ich draußen, man hört im Hintergrund die Vögel zwitschern, wenn unsere Software das dann nicht entfernt als Störeffekt. Mal schauen.
Dann hören wir mal rein, ob wir die Vögel noch zu hören kriegen bei Kyle Alessandro aus Norwegen.
So, we have from Norway Kyle Alessandro here. Yeah. Whenever I see postings of you, I have the feeling you have the time of your life.
Yes, absolutely. I'm loving Basel. It reminds me a lot of where my mom lives. So Trondheim. So it's like this. It's like a city, but it's still calm and like there's not too much going on. Even though like next week probably like the city will fill up because it's Eurovision week, you know. But I'm having the time of my life, 100%.
Of course, I follow JJ as an Austrian journalist, and the algorithm bring you into my timeline all the time. It looks like there is a clique you created here at Eurovision. Sissel, you, Adonis, JJ.
Yes, and Mirjana Conte also. And yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't know, it just feels like the first time I met them, it felt like I've known them like my entire life. And we talked about this also because it's like, and I think it was, I met JJ for the first time in Amsterdam. Yeah. And it was like, I told him like, it feels like I've known you like my whole life. And he said it also the same. So yeah.
So what brought you to the Eurovision stage? I mean, you did the Melodi Grand Prix in Norway. So how did the whole process started that you said I'm going to Eurovision?
Well, it's funny you ask because in 2023 I presented myself in Melodi Grand Prix. I didn't win that time, but I was hungry for more, if that makes sense. But then a year passed. My mom got diagnosed with cancer also, and I didn't really think about Eurovision and all that for a while. And then I made the song and I was like, wait, maybe I can send it into MGP to try again. And I contacted Adam Woods, which is an amazing songwriter and producer and artist himself also.
He was at Melodifestivalen, I think.
Yes, 2 times. Once in a group and one solo act. And that's the same as me because I was in a group the first time I presented myself at Melodi Grand Prix. Yeah, we started working on the song and I was very like, wait, this could actually work for Eurovision. And that's the big thing I had in mind. I was trying to make a song for Eurovision, not for MGP, if that makes sense. So I tried to think one step ahead so that it could work in Eurovision, because MGP and Eurovision is the same concept, but some things might work in MGP that maybe don't work in Eurovision. So I tried to make it for Eurovision ready.
I think you are the youngest here at Eurovision. So you started your career very, very young. How did you start singing?
So I've always been singing, and when I was in my diapers, I was singing, even though I couldn't form any words. But I was always singing, and I started dancing when I was very, very little. And so I've always sang, and danced my whole life. And it's always been a part of me. But my career really started if that makes sense, when I was 10. But I presented myself to Idol Junior in Norway when I was 7. So that's my first meeting with a TV show, if that makes sense. And then we made like my social profiles when I was 7, and we started working on them. And then when I was 10, I presented myself at Norwegian's Got Talent. I got the golden buzzer, and then we contacted a manager who started managing me. And then I launched my career when I was 10. And I had my first hit single in Norway called Din Song, which means your song. And it just went up from there. COVID hit. And I lost all motivation to do music. And I think I was 15 or 13, 15, around that age, at least, at that time. And I was like, no, I want to do normal teenage boy things. So I started doing other things, and gave me some life experience.
Did you have an alternative professional idea for yourself?
Yes, psychologist. I wanted to be a psychologist, or what's it called? One who does economy. Economist?
Economist.
Yeah, that or psychologist. But yeah, no, that wouldn't work out for me. Even though I'm still in school and I study psychology and like social studies.
So you are doing something behind the music thing.
Yes, I actually have my final exam in politics and human resources the 19th of May.
Okay. Yeah. Remote?
No.
You're flying back and then...
Yeah, the 18th of May I'm flying back to Norway. And then...
You want to reach the finals?
Yes, of course. Yeah, no, but it's the 19th of May, so it's after the finals. But yeah, it's going to be... I'm going to manage to do it somehow. I always try to do.
What you're learning here in your hotel room?
No, I'm just going to wing the exam. I'm not going to... Like, I'm using all my energy on Eurovision now. And
But you have the same preparation for the exams than for Eurovision, or not the same?
No, absolutely not the same. Like, school-wise, I usually don't practice a lot. I try to read and stuff so that I, like, know. But I usually, like, tend to like, more to, like... learn by watching videos and like more like practical learning, if that makes sense, even though that's hard when it comes to like politics and human resources and like psychology. Even I can't like sit down and have a therapy session with someone without being a licensed psychologist, you know. But I think I'm gonna like try my best at the final exam, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Well, maybe as a psychologist, you can help us all Eurovision fans when the post-Eurovision depression starts.
Yeah, I'll prescribe everyone like
some Instagram posts.
Yeah, well, maybe I hope I can serve as like an antidepressant for some people. Yeah,
very good idea. That's a good concept. So we are now approaching the final week of the whole Eurovision experience. You have to dance, you have to sing, you have a really strong performance, I think. I just know, of course, the one from Melodifestivalen yet, Melodi Grand Prix.
But did you see the rehearsal?
I'm not allowed to see the rehearsal, just a glimpse.
Yeah, there's been a released 30-second clip.
Yeah, I know, and I've seen it, and you're dancing and moving and singing a lot. How do you breathe while you sing and dance?
I don't breathe. No. Yeah, no,
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I'm an AI. Yeah, no, but it's I don't know if it comes so natural to me, because if I stand still and sing, I sing worse, I feel like. But if I'm moving, it's so natural for me to move. And also whilst I'm talking, like I'm not very Norwegian of me when I talk, because I use a lot of my hands when I talk. And in Norway, you don't do that. That's maybe the Spanish side of me coming a little bit through, because I'm half Spanish, half Norwegian. Like it just comes so naturally. I know when to breathe and when not to, if that makes sense, when I sing, because the breathing is very you have to know when to breathe to dance and sing at the same time. So I've always watched Chanel, how she does it, paid attention and listened to when she is breathing in her performance, if that makes sense.
I just wanted to ask you, this is a good, it fits now. I wanted to ask which Eurovision act is your biggest inspiration?
Yeah, so I would say Chanel, slow-mo. Because of the choreography elements and everything, like the concept of having a Eurovision song that's very danceable. And then I would say also Alexander Rybak and Marina Zari from last year, how they blend their cultures into their music. Even though it's pop music, it has some extra spice, which I also tried to do with Lighter, putting in the traditional Norwegian fiddle, and also like if you pay close attention in the dance break, the like markings on the rhythm or like the hits are actually the same as in traditional Norwegian folk music. So da 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 dun 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 dun.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you expect 12 points from Spain?
Claro. No.
Did you do something for that? You had some promotion in Spain.
Yes, I've been to Spain an extra week before the pre-party, just to like get to know the Spanish market and get to know the fans also, because I think that plays a huge role in just like testing the waters and just actually being there and knowing how people like receive you, if that makes sense. So I've been a lot I was a week before in Madrid to have interviews and just to get to know people also, just like have a fun time and post a little bit about my experience in Madrid on my socials and just have a good time. And just to also, because my dad was born in Madrid, then he moved to Malaga, or Fuengirola more closely, when he was 6 years old or 7. And my mom, she's Norwegian, but she grew up in Spain. She was 2 years when they moved to Spain. So my mom has also grown up in Spain. So I've always been very surrounded by the Spanish culture also. So I try to reflect that also in Lighter, because you can clearly hear like a Spanish influence on the song, like in the rhythm, especially in the chorus, and also in the chorus I've added flamenco claps, or palmas, how they're called, and they play throughout the chorus all the time. Like that.
Where would Kyle Alessandro like to see himself in 5 years?
5 years, I would like to be on top of the world. Maybe
Mount Everest.
Yeah, maybe be in space like Katy Perry. Okay. No.
Why not?
Why not? No. But I would like to have accomplished some of my goals, which are like spreading my music and really inspiring people to, especially of my generation, to be more self-confident and put yourself out there and just be your own true self, because that's what, at the end of the day, that's what matters really, to be true to yourself. So yeah, that's what I believe, at least. So yeah, I want to bring that message. So if I can accomplish that only for like one person, then that means the world to me.
Kyle, thank you very much, and merci, Chérie.
Merci.
Oh, der ist richtig lieb. Marco, du warst dann auf dem Konzert, oder? Claude and Friends.
Ja, Kyle Alessandro war zwar nicht dabei, aber das war eine wirklich schöne Idee von Afro-Dross, vom niederländischen Sender unter Delegation. Es gibt ja kein Pressezentrum mehr, ich könnte jetzt noch einmal jammern und sudern. Und da muss man sich manchmal noch was einfallen lassen. Und in dem Fall fand ich das wirklich eine nette Idee, weil Claude hat ein Konzert gegeben und hat es genannt Claude and Friends und hat Red Sebastian aus Belgien und JJ aus Österreich eingeladen. Das waren seine 2 Friends, die damit aufgetreten sind. Und dann hast du ein kleines Konzert für eigentlich Medienvertreter und Vertreterinnen, die waren dort. Und hat man gleich die Möglichkeit, nachher ein paar Gespräche zu führen.
Das ist doch wirklich eine schöne Idee. Vor allen Dingen am Anfang, wo es noch nicht ganz so stressig ist. Ja, dann hören wir mal zuerst Claude und dann Red Sebastian, würde ich sagen.
Ik zou wel met je Nederlands kunnen praten, but we have to do the interview in English. I'm sorry. This is Claude.
Hello, it's not a problem. We can do this in English.
Claude, in the Netherlands, they say Cloud to you, and the rest of the world says Claude to you. What do you prefer, and why is it like that?
Why is it like that? Well, at home, my mother and my sisters and brothers and everybody called me Claude, but all my friends and everybody around just call me Cloud, because when I came to the Netherlands, it was hard for the Dutchies to pronounce my name, so I just adjusted it a little bit like Cloud. It's the same, but Claude is different. So if you can say Claude, you're welcome, but it's Cloud for the rest.
I have another theory why, but anyway.
I wait.
So maybe you can tell the Austrian people how it came. You came from Congo to a refugee camp, and you had this dream of becoming a pop star. Can you tell me about this?
Yes, I came. Well, I was born in Congo. It wasn't always safe, so that was not nice. But when we came to the Netherlands with my mother and my brothers and everybody, it was so nice, and I could go to school, and life just went on, and now I had possibilities to sing and to go to school, and everything was just different from Congo, and it was safer, so I was really happy for that. But what was the question again?
You came to a refugee camp in the Netherlands, and one moment you thought, I want to become a pop star, right?
Yeah. I came to the Netherlands with my family, and everything was lovely. I could have go to school and to sing. And there was one day in the refugee camp, we're just sitting along with my family, sitting around, and I just turned the TV on, and I saw, and I was like, whoa, what is this? And what is this whole thing? And what is going on? And this was my first time ever seeing Eurovision. It was Conchita, and it was the same year as the Netherlands with the Common Linnets. And it was so nice for the whole family. We just sat there around and we were watching it together. All those different countries just cheering for each other and dancing along. All those people together and all those different acts. And there was a moment where I was like, whoa, this is so amazing. But I could not dream about being there one day on that stage. So for me at this moment, it's so weird and surreal to imagine. But that little boy seeing Conchita on TV for the first time, seeing Eurovision, cannot believe what we're doing at this moment here today. So it's weird.
You sing in Dutch, you sing in English, you sing in French, so you have songs in a lot of languages. Which language do you prefer?
Which language do I prefer? Well, this is a good one. It is a hard question, but I would say my mother tongue is French. That's the first language I learned. But now mostly I just talk Dutch with all my friends and everybody because I live in the Netherlands, of course. And I got this, and it is so amazing to just fit the two in songs. And English is just, it sounds also really nice to just... Jij weet ook dat Nederlands af en toe raar klinkt. I said, you also know that Dutch sometimes in songs can be a little bit different. So English is also a lovely language to sing in. But I would say, if I had to choose, I'll just go for the safe option, my mother tongue, French.
Which language do you dream?
Which language I dream? I think Dutch.
Which language do you count?
Which language I count? French.
You see, you met JJ. You had
I met JJ.
So, what's your experience with JJ?
What
is your experience today with JJ, and what do you think about his song?
I love JJ. JJ is one of my friends here. It is so lovely. But the first time we met was in Amsterdam because everybody came to the Eurovision in concert in Amsterdam, and it was so lovely. And sometimes you just have energy with each other, like, oh, we're the same, and it just goes well along. And we were talking about this showcase, and I was like, well, let's invite a few friends. And we invited JJ and Seppi as well from Red Sebastian. And we are staying at the same hotel, so it is lovely. Whenever we have time, it's just, hi, here I am. And that is lovely to have someone to talk about the whole experience and everything. We're going through the same things. And he just told me this is his first release ever. Damn. I love JJ.
What's your goal for Eurovision?
My goal for Eurovision, I would say getting to the finals.
That's all?
getting to the finals. That's for now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your time.
We have Red Sebastian here. We zouden ook Nederlands kunnen praten, but my listeners need it in English.
Okay, then we'll do that in English. Hi, everyone.
I have a very obvious question. What is your favorite color?
Well, it's blue. No, it's red. Of course it's red. Always red.
What's the story behind the red?
Well, it's always been my favorite color, as a matter of fact, but it's the color for love, for passion, ambition, fieriness, the sassiness. So those are all the things that I want to express on stage, and it feels like me. So, it just had to be red.
You had this idea to bring 90s trance music to Eurovision. What's the story behind bringing this?
Well, in Belgium, we have a huge history, like a wide history in EDM dance, trance music. And the rave scene also was crazy back in the days.
I remember.
I wasn't born yet, but I heard, I saw. And it just, I always like it when people go to Eurovision and bring something from their country. And I feel like what I'm doing is typically Belgian. So I feel like I'm representing my country in the best way possible with this kind of music.
May I tell you something? I just saw a little gig here with Claude and with JJ, and you were singing ballads. And I think you do that very well.
Thank you. I love to do it. I'd love to do it.
Did you ever consider doing a ballad instead?
Well, I wrote 12 songs for the pre-selections in Belgium. 12, a full album. And there were, I think, 3-4 ballads in it. So it was, it was on my list. And if it was the best song, I would have picked it. But Strobe Lights just spoke to me so much. It was the last song I wrote, and I was just so excited from it, and the feeling never faded. And yeah, it's just the perfect song for Eurovision in my mind. But I'm not saying that there won't be a ballad on my album.
When will the album be out?
Well, we're looking at, the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. It won't be too long anymore.
Do you dance? Do you go raving? Is it something you do?
I do, actually, but I've been sober, non-alcohol since September, because I want my voice in the best shape and way possible on Eurovision. So I'm not going out at the moment, and I really miss it. But I can't wait for next Saturday after the finals. I'm gonna go hard in the Euro Club. Like, you're gonna have to drag me out there at the morning. I'm going straight from the club into the bus back to Belgium, and I'm gonna party hard. Yeah.
Where are the best clubs in Belgium?
I would say Compass Club in Ghent is really, really good. I always go there. And, like the little bars in Brussels, I also like. It's fun. But what I am also a big fan of is house parties. Like with my friends, just turning my house into one big dance floor with a lot of lights and, snacks and good drinks. I love that too.
You invite the neighbors?
Well, my neighbors are really, they are old. So I don't see myself, if they want to, they can come over, but they're like 80, I think 75, 80 years old. Maybe a little too old to be dancing all night. But if they want to join us for a song, they can.
You are now going to represent Belgium here at the Eurovision Song Contest. How is your feeling on stage? Do you feel well, or are there still some things you have to fix?
Well, I was more nervous for this event than for Eurovision. This was so intimate, and you see everyone's face. Eurovision is different. I'm so much in the zone. I'm focused on doing my act and singing well and doing my dance moves the way I should do it. Also connecting with the crowd. But I'm so focused and in the zone that I think I'm very, it feels like home. I'm so comfortable on that stage. I was rehearsing, and I thought wow, this feels like I've been here before. It was so exciting, but still feels like homecoming, yes.
You had a teacher who's known in the Eurovision world, it's Gustav. Does he still give you any hints?
well, we texted today, and he's going to be here for a performance. So we're going to meet up also next week. But I call him, I call him a lot of times. It's nice to have someone that I know so well, who knows what it is to be on that stage and who has the experience himself. So, yeah, it feels safe and secure to have him as my kind of mentor. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Red Sebastian, and good luck. Veel geluk.
Thank you so much.
Und dann kam der Turquoise Carpet. Marco, wie war's denn dort?
Ich könnte dir von vielen Fotos erzählen, die ihr alle gesehen habt. Ich habe diese Parade genau so erlebt, weil ich war ja dort, wo die Medienvertreter sein mussten. Und das war in einer Parkgarage. Und da waren so Kojen eingebaut. Und sie hatten mehrere Kojen und ich war in Koje 6. Und da bist dann wirklich die 6. Koje. Das heißt, viele Acts sind dann gar nicht mehr bei uns durchgegangen. Obwohl da wirklich große Medien dabei waren, Aftonbladet und so, ja, aber also die Deutschen kamen nicht mehr, die Österreicher kamen nicht mehr, Finnland hat überhaupt nur ein Interview gegeben, also was soll man machen, aber ein paar habe ich getroffen.
Naja. Also jedenfalls hast du noch ein paar kürzere Statements einfangen können und wir beginnen mit dem einzigen weiblichen Solo-Act des ersten Halbfinales mit Justine, ach Gott, jetzt kommt wieder dieser wunderbare polnische Justine Stetkowska aus Polen. Stetkowska aus Polen. Die Brüder Weib aus Island, den Espresso Macchiato mit Tommy Cash und, das ist schon besonders, Klemen aus Slowenien mit seiner Frau, über die er ja in seinem Song auch singt.
Hello, Justina. I have the feeling you brought everything from Eurovision history, from all the performance ever happened in 3 minutes together. Is that true?
Wygląda tak, jakbyś tak naprawdę całą Eurowizję, te wszystkie ileś tam lat sprowadziła w swoim występie do jednego. Bo jest tyle wszystkich inspiracji, cała historia.
Nice to hear it, really. Thank you very much.
There is a dragon on stage. Is this dragon dangerous or is it protecting you?
No, protecting me. The dragon in our history, Slavic history, it's protect the Mother Earth. So he is behind me because in this song I am the Mother Earth. But this song opowiada o Matce Ziemi, tak?
The song tells the story about Mother Earth, Gaia. So the dragon is protecting her because he was the protector and the guardian of Mother Earth.
I'm just asking because I was in Krakow just 3 weeks ago, and there is this dragon.
Yes, because because our dragon is the Żmi. It's a smaller dragon, in our history. But on the visualization, we need the huge, big, yes. But and it's a dragon, and his name in Krakow is Żmi. Żmi. Yeah.
So. How was the performance created? Because there is so much. You're flying, you have to dance, there's a huge choreography. You must be very long prepared.
Yes, that's true. But I go to the gym twice a week. I sing every day. I have lots of concerts in my country. So every time I'm practice. If you want to have a success everywhere, you must practice, that's all. Especially in show business, if you want to have better voice than before.
You've been years ago at Eurovision with Sama, which was more an experimental electronic song, and now, no?
It was really nice song with the folklore from Poland. But I was a little girl 30 years ago. Now I'm really the woman. 52 years old, I feel my power, I feel good with myself.
How did Eurovision change in all those years when you compare Eurovision that times with the Eurovision now? What's the difference?
The world has changed, so Eurovision too. 30 years ago, everything was live, but now it's playback and the voice is live and sometimes a few instruments, so this is big change. And 30 years ago, it was more just concert. Now it's big show, and everything what is around the Eurovision. You hear media, social media, people, and fans of Eurovision. It's, oh my God, it's huge, really. We must go there.
Dziękuję.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
What's up, Austria? Hello, this is Vibe from Iceland. What kind of vibe do you bring to us?
Good vibes only. Yes, only good vibes. Yes. Happiness.
Someone told me if I ask you one question, you will start away and tell everything you want to tell. What is your favorite question?
Wow. My favorite question is, what's your favorite block in Minecraft? Oh, yeah, we almost got that question. It was very good. Yes.
So what's your favorite whatever in Minecraft?
Wow, my favorite block in Minecraft has to be the diamond block. Yes. It's a good one. Diamond block. It's so hard to make. You have to get so many diamonds. Oh, yes. Also netherite. That's good one. Oh, very good. Yes.
Where do I have to row to?
Oh, you have to row to Faroe Islands and Greenland. Pretty good place. I recommend.
Okay. And how did you prepare for Eurovision? Do you have a lot of fun here?
Oh, yes. So much fun. We prepared by going to roller coaster. Yes, we go to roller coaster. It was very fun. And now we are prepared. Shoom.
I have this theory that you are not seeing me in your sunglasses, but you have a virtual reality you're watching. Is that true?
Yeah, we're playing Minecraft now. Yes, in the virtual reality.
So you don't see me?
No. We're just watching television.
And what are you seeing when you perform on the Eurovision stage?
Minecraft. Yes, mostly. Yes.
So you don't really care about Eurovision?
Yeah, I love Eurovision. I love Eurovision. I care that Eurovision is like my best friend. Yes. It's always here, and I'm always ready to hug Eurovision. Yes, I am Eurovision.
So good luck and have fun.
Thank you so much. Much love. Thank you so much.
Hi, Tommy Cash is here. So which hair should be combed, yours or mine?
Mine, of course. But I like your haircut. He has the same one.
Yes, he has the same haircut than me. So, you have a lot of Post-its on your back. I wish more love. What is the most important message you want to wear?
I want to wish what they wish. It's messages from all around the world. It's the fans that send their sticky notes, what they wish for them or for the world. So it was hard to choose. We got over thousands of them, but there's limited place on my back and limited the sticky notes we had for them. So, but it's all for them.
Do you love the EBU?
Yeah, of course. I'm here,
Because you made a song with Joost, that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, of course. But, I love Joost. And Joost has its previous things with EBU and how it went down last year in Malmo. So, it wasn't nice how it ended for him. So, I'm here mostly because of him also, as a support, as a friend, and I got his back.
You were looking for some Italian grandmas. You did a posting where you were casting some Italian grandmas who come with you on stage. Where are they?
The grandmas told me there's over 13 grandmas, and they said we come all together or no one comes. So they're from a little town called Ostuni in Italy, and they will wait for me with a homemade focaccia when I come victoriously back to Italy. So they will wait for me.
Did you talk with Lucio Corsi about your song? What did he say?
We met yesterday. Love between us.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
We have Klemen here from Slovenia, and it's funny because you're now here with the Swedes just beside us.
It's as close as I got to the Swedes from all the pre-parties and so I got to look at them.
But they are a comedy act, and we know you as a comedy act, and we were quite surprised that you came with a very serious song. How came it to this decision that you do such a serious song?
It came natural. I'm growing older, and after this experience of my wife overcoming an incurable disease, I think this is an important message that I have to share with the world, that whenever somebody tells you something is impossible, there still is a way if you're ready to look for it. And our time here on this planet is limited, but we have to make the most out of it and grab that steering wheel into our own hands and be the drivers of our life. And I'm happy that my wife is here sharing this story with me. Because I think it can inspire a lot of people who are struggling with similar stuff, or maybe anybody who's asked that question, how much time do we have left?
How did you feel when you heard the song for the first time?
Oh, I was very touched, really, because it was a surprise for me. I didn't know that he's writing the song, so one day we were just like, listen to this, and I almost cried.
And the first thing she told me was like, you have to go to Eurovision with that song. And I was like, are you serious? She was like, yeah.
It's your idea.
Yeah.
Basically, she implanted the seed.
What you experienced, what is the most important thing in life?
Life itself, just to be present in every moment, present with the people you love, with the things you love, just be present.
I think I'm touched at the moment very much, I have to say, because I think a lot of people can connect to your song so much because we all have experiences like this, you know, and you bring this message, and it's a topic where usually pop stars are not singing about.
Yeah, it's not a common topic. It's not a common beginning of a song with the word diagnosis, right? But I think, the way it starts with this word, surprisingly, this is what had happened in our life. It was a beautiful day, actually, and nobody expected this would happen, but it happened. And she fought through it, and I'm so grateful for every moment I spent with her on that journey. It's so inspiring to see a human being shine that inner strength and overcoming something like this.
Thank you so much for the story, most of all, and for what you're bringing to Eurovision. I usually go to the opera a lot, and there it's normal to sing about death and about life, and here it's now in the pop world, and I think it's very good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you for your wonderful questions.
Merci, Chérie plaudert und wir tippen vor allem einmal, oder, Alkis?
Genau. Also, welche 10 Acts kommen weiter und wer fliegt raus? Wir tippen mal, aber zum Moment der Aufzeichnung haben wir ja die Proben nicht gesehen, sondern nur die Snippets, die uns die EBU zur Verfügung stellt. Das ist jetzt nicht viel.
Ja, es ist jetzt Montag, der 12. Mai, 9 Uhr.
Genau.
Und vielleicht zu den Snippets noch einen Moment, weil er das nicht im Interview mit mir gesagt hat, aber nebenan, Claude hatte ja auch so einen kleinen Shitstorm in den Niederlanden, weil er so, du suchst dir halt diese 30 Sekunden aus deinem Auftritt. Ja, welche 30 Sekunden nimmst du? Das sucht die Delegation aus und so. Und dann passt halt vielen Leuten das wieder nicht und dann schimpfen sie. Österreich war ja dasselbe, nicht?
Genau.
Ah, da passiert ja nicht viel, ist ja nur der Anfang und und so. Ja. Und Claude sagt, eigentlich wäre es mir lieber, sie würden die 3 Minuten online stellen oder gar nichts. Und da hat er einfach einen Punkt. Wir dürfen nicht rein, dann sollen sie sich daran halten und einfach gar keine Snippets mehr veröffentlichen. Ich bin wirklich der Meinung.
Ja, gut, die EBU in diesem Jahr. Ja, aber schauen wir mal.
Jahren.
Was hat denn die Sonja so getippt?
Die Sonja sagt weiter Polen, Slowenien, Estland, Ukraine, Schweden, Norwegen, Belgien, Albanien, die Niederlande und Zypern. Und Sonja tippt, dass rausfliegen wird Island, Portugal, Aserbaidschan, Kroatien und, das sagen wirklich nur wenige, San Marino.
Ja, also ich bin ja anderer Meinung. Also ich glaube, weiter ist Polen, Estland. Ich könnte mir vorstellen, dass Schweden auch weiterkommt. Vielleicht, weiß man ja nicht. Ja, Norwegen, Aserbaidschan tatsächlich, weil ich das eine coole Popnummer finde.
Ja, wie du es findest, ist ja irrelevant.
Ja, aber ich glaube, es kommt deswegen weiter. Niederlande, Zypern, San Marino, weil Italien ist stimmberechtigt. Albanien, Und dann gibt's 2, wo ich mir nicht sicher bin, ob sie weiterkommen oder nicht. 2 Wackelkandidaten. Ach, dann sage ich, die Ukraine kommt weiter und Slowenien fliegt raus. Okay. Ganz einfach. Und die anderen fliegen raus. Also ich glaube tatsächlich, dass Belgien zum Beispiel nicht weiterkommt.
Ja, interessant. Ja, so, dann komme ich zu meinen Tipps. Bei mir kommt die Ukraine sehr wohl weiter, weil ich glaube, dass da die Diaspora alleine schon reichen würde, dass sie weiterkommt, ehrlich gesagt. Schweden, knapp, aber doch. Ja, Norwegen weiter, Polen weiter und ich habe auch Slowenien weiter. Ich glaube, das ist, ich habe das auch beim Interview bemerkt, ich war wirklich gerührt bei dem Interview, das hat man gehört. Ne? Ja. Und ich glaube, dass es gibt so einen Zuschaueranteil, die wollen nicht die Party, die wollen diese Ernsthaftigkeit, die wollen das. Es gibt einen hohen Anteil und die rufen für sowas an, die connecten sich mit sowas. Und ich glaube, viele haben schon so Verlustängste gehabt mit kranken Angehörigen und so. Ich glaube, dass sich da viel mehr connecten werden mit dem Song, als wir derzeit noch vermuten oder die Wettquoten vermuten. Estland habe ich natürlich auch weiter, Albanien habe ich weiter, die Niederlande habe ich weiter, Zypern habe ich weiter und jetzt mein Risikotipp. Island ist weiter.
Finde ich mutig.
Ja, ich auch, weil dafür habe ich, wobei ich die 2 wirklich, das waren meine 2 Wackelkandidaten, wo ich mich schwer entscheiden konnte. Ich habe auch Belgien raus. Wobei es mir leid tut. Ich mag den Red Sebastian, ich finde den Song, also Kind der 90er. Ja,
ja klar.
Aber ich weiß nicht, ich habe Angst, dass dafür man nicht anruft. Und dass man dann eher für Estland oder Schweden und Norwegen anruft, wenn man so schnelle Nummern hat. Ja. Ich habe auch Portugal noch raus, Aserbaidschan raus, ich habe Kroatien raus und auch ich habe San Marino raus. Interessant.
Wie gesagt, ich glaube, die 12 Punkte aus Italien reichen da schon.
Ja. Wir schauen dann am Ende natürlich, wer gewonnen hat und der wird dann das nächste Mal bei einem Dreiertreffen von Merci, Chérie eingeladen von den 2 anderen. Ich habe das einfach mal festgelegt.
Genau. Also wir haben halt weder eine Probe gesehen, noch haben wir tatsächlich den Ablauf gesehen. Das werdet ihr alles am Dienstag zu sehen bekommen.
Ich bekomme das heute Nachmittag schon zu sehen.
Du gehst in die Probe?
Ja, genau.
Sehr schön. Es wird auf jeden Fall auch spannend werden. Samstag gibt's ja ein paar Public Viewings, Live-Viewings hier in Wien. Zum Beispiel das von der OGAE organisierte.
Und zwar in der Votivkirche wollte ich schon sagen.
Ja, klar.
Also Votivkirche wäre auch schön, aber das wäre ein bisschen zu viel Echo. Gleich nebenan ist das Votivkino. Und dort gibt's 2 Säle, nämlich den großen Saal und Saal 3. Und dort veranstaltet die OGAE Austria gemeinsam mit dem ORF ein Public Viewing. Aber eigentlich machen wir schon Werbung für 2026. Ich habe gerade geschaut, es gibt
keine Tickets mehr, genau. Man kann es versuchen vor Ort nochmal. Da wird sicher noch den einen oder anderen Platz geben, wo man noch reinschlüpfen kann. Ansonsten gleich um die Ecke vom Votivkino gibt es auch das WUK, das ist nicht so weit weg. Dort gibt es ebenfalls ein Public Viewing, vorher mit einer Drag-Show. Auf dem Podium live kommentierend dann während der Show. Das wird, glaube ich, auch sehr, sehr lustig. Da ist der Eintritt dann frei. Für die Drag-Show gibt's noch ein paar wenige Tickets. Und nachher gibt's Party im WUK.
Ja, also wenn wir schon hier bei Eigenwerbung sind, schaut auch mal auf der Standard.at vorbei. Dort gibt es immer wieder mal Artikel eines gewissen Marco Schreuder vom Eurovision Song Contest aus Basel.
Wer hätte das gedacht, Marco?
Ach ja, und für viele deutsche Zuhörerinnen und Zuhörer, die der Standard.at vielleicht nicht so oft einklicken, manche Artikel muss man sich registrieren, aber es kostet nichts. Ja, man kann sich das durchlesen. Ja, dann sagen wir bis übermorgen.
Genau, wir sind ja bald wieder da.
Ja, merci,
Chérie.
Missing Link